Alright, before we get into the actual EBR gameplay, per request from Tubby, I want to kind of go over mines, and how, or sorry, what is this fucking map? Live Oaks, 3 tries. Live Oaks and how it plays. So, Live Oaks is actually a pretty unique map because the entire map is essentially accessible by everybody, which means that it's one of those maps where even if you're on the opposite flank, you can be supported by someone on the flank opposite you if they're playing it right, which means that you should be able to see right away if we're looking at the mini map. Let me see if I can make this easier. No, I can't. I'm gonna have to exit like this. You're looking at the mini map. It means that a tank over here can support a tank over here and vice versa, and that means that the mid actually is really important. Now, a lot of clans at this elo, us included, we don't really play it that often, don't really put that much stock into mid, and instead we'll generally play hard south or hard in city, and that's actually a misplay. What we did would actually lose against better clans because what they'll do is they will just hold on the outside of city, bleed us coming in, simply leave, and then get underneath into these ridges. If they're playing east, right, and we push like that, same type of deal if the sides were flipped. They just have to push under. And these ridges all along here are incredibly powerful. You get under the enemy, they can't really push you, especially if you've got support on the opposite sides of the ridge. It's almost impossible to do anything. So that's the first thing about Live Oaks. I'll actually kind of go over what I would do on Live Oaks here from this side. The EBR run. You can't do this. The EBR run from either side is not good. Any good clan, you stack like 2 or 3 people here, 3 people here, and they bleeded this out. This EBR dies every time. And again, this is from experience. I've done it. I've been the one that died. I've been the one who caught someone out here and my team killed them. It just doesn't exist. We should never be doing this EBR run. The EBR run from the west should be like this. You can even come through. And the EBR run from the east is through these buildings, and you don't stop. You just go all the way through like that and come around. You'll spot anything crossing and anything stacked if they're firing. So that's the first thing. You generally don't need to hard commit south, but you do want an EBR doing south like we were doing. And you generally want to take it with 2 or 3, right? Back here, they need to play off EBR vision. They get aggro with EBR spots, where they fall back with EBR spots. They should never be caught out, right? If they're getting pushed, they should be pushed here, which is really hard because then you can rotate out. You want to stack some guys here. You need to play off vision. You can send a couple into the B line right away, although it's not generally done. You generally want to go off your EBR vision and go in because it's fast enough, right? You don't really care if they take their side of city, right? Even if you stop and look for shots and then your caller determines what they want to do, you're still almost, well, no, you always are fast enough to get into here. And if your EBR and meds are playing correctly, you don't have to worry about bleed coming in through here because you're going to be screened, all your heavies coming through. Basically, this map against clans other than Reddit, I don't think GOONZ is going to do as well because you actually have to play split on this map to have success. You must play, you must control kind of everywhere. You can't just group up and push like we tried on Pro River. So, like I said, this ridge is really nice. We have to control these ridges if we want to win, but that's late game, right? So if they're hard stacking city and we see this, all we do is we stack 1, 2 guys here, 1 guy here. We need a couple guys here. Ideally, you should have like something like a Manticore in the mid that you almost will always drop an Artie for that mid vision because it's so important. And then you're looking to flex, right? Like I said, if they're heavy here, and say they have like 3 tanks here, who gives a fuck about these guys? You can stack 2 here, and then you bring your others down and through like this. You always have to start it with an EBR with people like here pre-aiming this, and these guys pre-aiming this. And then once your EBR gets under, you rotate 2 chieftains under, and then you slowly start taking to this mound that pushes anyone off here. And then once you take this, you have all vision in the A-line cross, which means if you want to push anything in here or in base, or if you want to push city, you have those free rotations because you see it, and they don't. So that's kind of how Lakeville plays out. So let's kind of see what we do here. I'm just gonna stay on my view the entire time, and just you might have to pay attention to. I'm not going to ping. So immediately I'm going to slow it down. You can see the run I do. I'm not going to go low. It's suicide. Even there, right there where I'm aiming, they put 3 CSs there and I go low. I'm dead every time. I can't get out either. Especially if they put someone here, right? That's really big. And you just can't do it in the EBR. So I'm forced to. This is even a bit aggro. Their EBR makes a huge. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't auto aim that though. I don't need to. And see how I'm not stopping in the mid. I'm gonna do a run. I think I can kill him here. So I come back. I'm actually looking for the auto aim here because you can't really see, but I'm looking for the auto aim here because I don't think I'm gonna be able to not auto aim it through all those buildings while driving. I don't want to get caught out and flip like he does. This is a bad poke, by the way. Again, this Leo. Anything in here should kill me. I should have cut right back in. I get away with it because it's Reddit, but I shouldn't get away with it. It's bad habits. So here I go under because I'm spurging and I wanted a shot on Leo. Again, that's a misplay. I should be dead there. Alright. Already. Misplay from the south. Our EPR in the south needs to be more aggro than this. See how he keeps running these ridges like this? Yeah, like, why? Go to their ridge, right? Just play it. You're chilling. That's actually important because it just gives us 10 seconds earlier eyes on their push. There's zero reason for our EBR to be doing that over there. And you'll see I'm already rotating because what I'm seeing is nothing mid. And how do I know there's nothing mid? Because, or Mantic or like something, because I would have been lit as I was here from mid and the EBR wouldn't have, it would have been this EBR who lit me. It would have been someone in here, which means my 6th sense would have probably gone off as this EBR showed up, which means he would have been able to spot me because it's 3-second delay, right? I know that there's probably a Leo in here, but we're hard taking city, and it looks like they're hard committing city, and they stacked here and they stopped. And even though my EBR here isn't very aggro, I know they're not playing aggressively in here, and most importantly not in this. And he's been doing these weird track runs, which means they can't be, well, they wouldn't be, but you kind of get the idea. So almost right away, it's safe for me to start rotating. You can see I don't want to do it really hastily, just in case they're still stacked at D7, which is not uncommon, so I'm just going to play mid for a bit. I want to see what develops in my EBR here, because mid is absolutely crucial, right? Ideally, I want to get very aggressive mid, but I'm still not 100% sure. If I int here, I could lose the game for the team, right? So it's better just to kind of wait. The EBR, who's still too passive over the east, he's still not spotting anything, which means our city's probably going to be able to collapse on them. You can see us already picking up a kill. Okay, now you see as soon as I see my chieftains start moving in like this and these guys coming down, now I assume, because this would be the right play, that these chiefs are going to come down like this to here, which will isolate them from basically everything but this guy and anything here. So they're playing here and they're actually haul down on this if these guys want to peek. So you can see I'm going to start rotate. I think I would. Looking at it, this is what I would do, and I assume that's what I start doing. Because like I said, this ridge, it's just too powerful. It's actually just too powerful. This chief shouldn't be here. Who is that? Sleepy? He shouldn't be there. There's zero reason for him to be there. I guess he wants farm, but that's not playing the game. I'm going to stop to take the shot. Here I think my other EBR is actually just looking to shoot. As soon as I get lit, I know there's the EBR mid, and that's why I kind of made the hasty call out that I need someone to kill him. I know we've got shots because we control this and there's EBR and Chief here, so I can't stop to take that shot, otherwise I'm gonna die. I have to keep going. So again, you'll see, like, look how I'm like already over here and my EBR is still doing runs like this. Like, we should be able to see how bad that is, right? Me taking under this ridge is so powerful. This chieftain should also be just rotating a bit and come and playing this ridge. Imagine what I'm about to do if I was a chief, right? So I need to dodge these shots, get up behind the 7 HP. I need to try to confirm the kill, but more importantly than confirming the kill here, I'm just making sure no one else is peeking on me and trying to mitigate anything that this guy could do, right? That's really important, because now I want to stay alive because I'm in the most powerful position on the map. And our EBR in the south, no, this is a huge misplay. You want to be aggressing here with the 790. And you can see, imagine if I'm a chief here and I'm hold down to this. Like, look at this. Like, these aren't the best shots, so I don't really want to take them right away because I don't want to get lit and die because I'm in a really, really powerful position and HP is very even. But they're completely stuck. And also notice how much spotting I am. I spot the artillery. I'm one of the only tanks keeping all these guys lit on the 0 line. If I wasn't here, there'd be maybe one tank. I think the B0 tanks would be lit. Nothing else would be lit right now. So you can see, I'm just kind of playing this position. I can't die. Like, my main objective is not to die here. So I'm just looking for opportunity shots. I actually don't get lit there, surprisingly, which means they were bushed up too. Which means I'm just going to keep looking for shots. You'll notice I would rather get the spots here than the shots, so I'm going to kind of back up and make the bushes transparent. I want my team to be shooting. Again, though, this chief over in J4, even the 790, you should be under their ridge. Or the 790 holds while their other EBRs under their ridge. Like, look, this is actually starting to tilt me. I'm sure this guy's a great guy and a pretty good EBR player, but this is just such a... It's like, why bring a fucking tank here if we're just gonna do random-ass loops? That's such a no-brain play, guys. We can't be doing that in our EBRs. Like, maybe you're getting a bit of farm, but, like, god damn. And we're on 360 HP with the other EBR. Now, I made a couple bad trades. I actually made one terrible poke on the Leo. The other damage I took from the EBR in the mid, I can't really help that. So I should ideally be on about 500 hit points right now. But the position I'm in is just so much stronger. And I've played this tank a lot, or this map a lot. In fact, I think the last big clan thingy, Give Up versus Mahu, we played this like 10 times. So I'm well versed in it. Here, again, I think Lauren made the call that we're going to push these guys, which is a fine call. But the EBR, just come out wide, man. Even I know you're a one-shot, just come out wide. And I'm going to look for the shot here. I don't even think it connects. I have to rush it because I wasn't sure if he was going to back up. He didn't. That's going to be one, though. So our EBR comes out wide now, gets a shot in, and dies. It's just... He stopped. Just go past, right? He needs to be here. Just run past to here. Either turret break him, but don't get shot by the guy up high. It should be really obvious. So that... I'm not sure who that is. Don't take it personally, whoever that is, but there's a lot you can learn on that map, and I feel like there's a lot most of the EBR players on this map can learn. Now, this is an incredibly risky play that I'm about to make, and I knew it like, I literally was thinking to myself while making this play, fuck, I hope Leo doesn't shoot me. But I said, fuck it. I took the gamble. I should not take the gamble, right? If it was any closer. Even with this close, we could still throw. And you'll notice I'm not going to go back up right away, just in case the Leo was actually there, wasn't looking, and then decided to look when I popped up. But it was a huge gamble, and anyone making a play similar to mine, if you ever get yourself in that position, should understand how big of a risk that was, and how I shouldn't have done it. Little gun depression issue. I want to confirm the kill, but I also know I have to get a bit closer. So I'm not going to look for the perfect angle right in the EVR. I'm just going to start getting closer. And we can see this is over, but it actually got kind of close, and it shouldn't have gotten that close, because if you re-watch this video and you look how much map control we had and how they have to like just push into us and go full spurt mode, I'm so surprised we only have 5,000 HP left. That's a good artillery kill by Ravager, because that means we must have just made fucking horrible trades. Like, once we literally had them surrounded on the 0 line, we must have thrown. It's almost impossible to lose that. It's like tilting me thinking about it. And again, there's no point in doing anything stupid. I just want to live. It's a good pickup there. You'll see I'm not auto-aiming. I've got heat loaded, so it's a chancy shot. It's probably like a 50-50 if I hit that. But with heat, I had to aim it fairly far away from him. Still, it's not an amazing shot, right? It was just well aimed and a bit of RNG on my side. We're going to hit that almost every time. And that's the game. You can see I'm still alive. And you can see how much more passively I played once I got down low health. I shouldn't have traded. Like I said, I should be on 500 health at the end of this game. It was fine. Trading the HP to get into E9 in the EBR is fine. Trading that HP at the beginning was a huge misplay. And like I said, I'm not sure how we're on 4,000 hit points only. And that's 1,000 of it is on artillery, so we're really on 3,000 HP with our tanks, which, fucking hell, like I said, I'm not sure how we can throw that, because there's no other explanation other than throwing. When they're literally stuck on the 0 line, we don't have to do anything. We have vision, and you literally can play, every single person in the game can play hold down on C6, you can play A4, you get under the ridge to E8, like I was talking about. Like, everyone, like, 6 tanks should have been fucking right here, that video, and like 2 holding this offset. You should be here too, by the way, not like over here. Here, because you can shit on anything, and if they want to repush, everyone just comes over. So we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn on this map. Key takeaways. This is really important. Like I said, these ridges under here, they're just too important. You should always be playing for them. No matter what strat you're doing, your end game is always gonna involve taking some of these ridges in some way or another. EBR play south. We again aggro. You do a run here, nothing. You get to their side and you start doing runs, and then once you know there's nothing in here, we move a chieftain up here, and then safe up here, and then the EBR immediately goes underneath. You normally have two people in the tracks watching this guy. You can rotate one to here to support this guy, and then the other guy out, probably to mid like that. But this is too powerful to give up. And then again, once later in the game, like when we're taking slightly more forward positions and we're starting to corner them, a chief gets under here or two. Same thing here. And we just don't understand that. I'm not sure why. Like, we should. You've all played pubs. Like, they're fucking ridges that spot everything and that's hull down, and it's just free. Like, why would you want to play like in here or like fucking out here in the open when you can just play one of these ridges? It's mind-boggling. Sorry, I'm a bit tilted when watching this replay because like we're fucking celebrating winning this. I think it was the CTA against a shit team. Who was it? Reddit, against a Reddit team that literally, they didn't even let themselves get cornered 0 line. They literally just fucking played 0 line. Like, they just gave the entire map to us and they made it so close. It's kind of upsetting, guys. Anyway, sorry for the little pessimistic video there. I hope I at least explained pretty well what the EBR should be doing there, and why those ridges are so important. So, see you guys next time.